in today's times, you see trainers getting trained, not getting trained. They would read a book. They would just stand up and say, I'm NLP trainers.
Yeah.
What's your message to the world of keeping the authenticity, the purity of the subject, the intention and the integrity?
I would just invite people to think about if your child was sick and needed surgery, who would you want to operate on them? Somebody who read a book and said that they know it, or somebody who has had the training, the supervision, who has a mission in that area, who desires to really serve your child, or the one who wants to just try to say, I'm great and I make money.
Yeah.
I think it becomes really obvious, if you put it into the context of that NLP is in service. And that's what I know you learned from Father Dick McHugh, who I think shared that very much with us.
Very much.
And then that drives you to be the very best version of yourself.
And I can tell this with authority right now because we are at the second last day of the closing of this activity of this whole practitioner's course, master practitioner's course. And I'm nervous with the assignment or the integration process, which is coming up. This video is going to be seen by students all across in many places, but in India especially.
Yes.
What is that one message? Because Dick, who learned from you, has from you and Judith and Grinder and all of these people, Steve Andreas, has taken the subject to India and was the founding fathers.
Yes.
What is your message? Because you, for me, and for everybody who's learned from Dick, are the source of the resource.
Well, I think my message would just be, that together we can create a world to which we and others want to belong. And that's what, as I said, NLP, it's tools for dreamers.
It is.
And so my message is, don't limit yourself. Dream big. What is it? What would be the world to which you want to belong? What is the possible? What would you want India to be in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years? And then what you can dream, NLP gives you the tools to do.
To dream.
And if you share those tools, the more we share the tools, then it becomes a reality.
Yeah. And where do you see NLP advancing, progressing? Where do you see this going ahead in the next 10 years, 20 years, 30 years? And what is the legacy you would want to leave behind?
Yeah, well, I think, Anil, that there is a kind of a trajectory that NLP has. And I used to like to say that, NLP was kind of started by two revolutionaries who were modeling three loners, meaning, Bandler and Grinder were very rebellious in their way, and they were modeling, Erickson pretty much worked by himself, Satir, Pearls. So I think that the arc of NLP has kind of gone from the starting place from something very personal and individual to something that becomes progressively more collective. And so for me, what I've worked with is, we started also with a lot of NLP early, and it was about the cognitive mind, verbal mind, language. Then it moved to the body, the somatic wisdom, the somatic mind, getting the heart involved, not just the head, the body. And now begins to develop what we call the field mind, the relationship. That's something that's more collective, that's more energetic. And so I think that this whole notion of rather than individual NLP, collective NLP.
Yeah.
And a lot of my most recent work with success factor modeling has been around not just modeling a successful or creative individual, like I did with strategies of genius of people like Einstein or Leonardo da Vinci.
Or even Steve Jobs.
But we're looking at teams in terms of collective intelligence. We're looking at conscious leadership. So how do we bring NLP from just being an individual coaching process to a more collective transformation process?
The field is the space what we create and where we want to belong.
Yes, it's that space between us. It's not you and it's not me.
It's the whole.
Us
it's
and
us.
And the whole that we are part of.
Yes, and that's the beauty which Robert brings in, the amalgamation, the marriage of quantum, science, physics. Everything is everything. That's exactly the reason why I say this is the source of the resource for me. This is the difference that creates the difference. And Robert does it beautifully when he says, slow down.
Pause. Breathe. Center.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you. Thank you, Anil. Thank you for being timely. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I know you could use much more time, and I would enjoy it too.